Hey, what's up, friends? Welcome back to Newbreed Film Reviews. We are on episode 30. This is Dave, and I'm going to give a solo review on the Daredevil series that's just came out on Netflix, and I'm going to compare it to Daredevil 2003 with Ben Affleck. Honestly, there's no comparison. I think Daredevil, the movie that came out in 2003, the general consensus is that it just freaking sucks. And that's pretty accurate. The movie sucked. Personally, I am a fan of darker characters, darker Marvel characters. So I like, Ghost Rider, Wolverine, The Punisher is my favorite. I like just darker, edgier characters, and Daredevil is one of the darker, edgy characters of Marvel. And the issue with Daredevil 2003 with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner is that it's just completely watered down. And that happens quite a bit. They did it with the RoboCop remake / reboot, and I'm a huge fan of the original RoboCop. The original was like ultra violent, and they completely just ruined the whole vibe of the movie by making it PG-13 and trying to make a quick buck. That's like a trick the studios do to boost ticket sales. They make it PG-13, water it down to allow, a broader audience to go see it. And, what happens is they wind up hurting whatever franchise or whatever, the characters in the movie series by doing that. Cause it doesn't have any lasting, any lasting effect. Like people just watch them and forget about them because they're not impressionable, cause they're just watered down pieces of crap. So the same thing happened with Daredevil in 2003, where they took a dark, edgy character and they completely took the fangs out of the character and the vibe. They just completely neutered it. So yeah, it was just the movie was terrible. I don't fault Ben Affleck, to be honest. A lot of times when movies are bad is mostly the writing and the director's fault, and the studios backing the film and, providing the money. You got these corporate dudes sitting around a big, table desk, and they're making these just dumb decisions, and they're not familiar with the characters or the content of the film at all. And, it happens in the job force, job market too. You got these higher ups making stupid ass decisions, and they don't know what the hell is going on in the field. So, but yeah, rant, going back to the movie, that was my main gripe about it, and probably the gripe of most people and anybody familiar with the character at all. I mean, Daredevil's not like a Superman or Spider-Man or Batman, but he has been around a long time, and he really is a cool character, and he definitely has a comic fan base. So the movie, it was like I said, not to keep saying this, but it was completely watered down, took the fangs out of it. The action was stupid. It was like a Power Ranger TV show. They would do moves and then pause. Look at the cool move I did. I hate that type of action. It's so lame and stupid and dated. And the only people who are fans of that type of action are 12-year-olds. Let's just be real. The series, however, starring Charlie Cox, who is a fine actor. He's very good. He was on this show that I really liked. It was called Boardwalk Empire. And, Steve Buscemi's a star of that show. It recently ended. That's a fantastic series, by the way. Anybody out there who's into watching series. The Daredevil show on Netflix, it's really good. It also has Vincent D'Onofrio and several other actors that I don't really want to drop their names because it's going to kind of spoil it for you. It's better to be surprised who pops up, but several, known actors show up in the series throughout, and they give solid performances. And, the best aspect of Daredevil, the show, is that it's just fucking gritty. It's gritty. It's raw. It pulls no punches. You almost forget that you're watching a Marvel movie. And it's pretty crazy that Disney owns Marvel, or they own most of the rights, because like like I said, it's fucking gritty. People get killed. There's gore. There's hard language, hard themes, and that's the way it's supposed to be with a character like that. Same thing with the Punisher. The only Punisher movie I really like or enjoy is the old school one with Dolph Lundgren that came out in '89. It was a lower budget, but it really captured the essence of the character because it was like very dark. And, that's how you have to do these types of characters. Same thing with Wolverine. That's why the Wolverine movies kind of suck. Most people would agree with that. They're just completely watered down because they made them PG-13. But this Daredevil series, it stays true to the character, and it kind of did something similar to like the Nolan Batman films. It made it unrealistic superhero character and kind of made it as realistic as it could be. Like the show was very gritty. I just think it did a fantastic job of like that balance of like having like a superhero unrealistic show, but like add as much realism as you can, you know, with what's going on. Charlie Cox did a phenomenal job. I finished the whole series. I was kind of hooked on it. To me, it got a little weaker towards the end, but other people may disagree. Vincent D'Onofrio was awesome as Kingpin. Anybody a fan of like the comics and are familiar with Kingpin, they know he's like this crime boss. He's awesome, like fighter. He looks like fat or like overweight, but he's actually mostly muscle. And, he's an amazing, like, hand-to-hand fighter, like on par, like with, he's on par with like Daredevil, Captain America, you know, nerding out right now, but people understand what I'm talking about. There are fans out there of like comics. Anyway, rant. Vincent D'Onofrio is a fine actor. You may remember him from like Full Metal Jacket. That's probably like his most popular role, Private Pile. He was on one of I think Law and Order, shows. He's been around for a long time. He's a great actor. So it's awesome to see like these Marvel movies and shows like get like legitimate actors like to portray, you know, comic characters, you know. Back in the day it was like beneath them, but we're at a point now that these movies are such hits that, you know, these actors have no choice but to jump on the bandwagon. And, you know, for example, Sir Anthony Hopkins playing, Odin, Thor's father. That's crazy. That's Anthony Hopkins, one of the greatest actors of all time, playing, you know, a Marvel role. That's incredible. Anyway, rant. I highly recommend Daredevil the series if you're a fan of the Daredevil character, if you dig the Marvel movies. It is darker, so there's a little warning there. You're not gonna watch Spider-Man. It's, you know, like I said, it's a dark, violent, gritty show. And, the reason why it's such a hit is because of that. I mean, look at all the popular shows now. Game of Thrones, Dexter was really popular. You know, what they have in common is that they pull no punches and they're raw. So I guess I'll grade the series as I would like a movie for what it is, a comic series and an interpretation, a representation of like a Marvel comic character or edgier one. I'm going to give the show an A. It's that good for what it is. I give it a flat out A. So that's my review and comparison of Daredevil the series versus the 2003 movie. And, we'll be back with, more episodes covering more films and more film topics. Thank you for listening.